What's up YouTube? Welcome to the another episode of Prime and Techie. So today I will be doing a very informative video, as you can see by the title of the video, that today I will be talking about certain processors, and I will be comparing it. So first will be the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor. That's the latest 2019 processor Snapdragon has launched, and number 2 will be the Apple A12 Bionic chip as the last year's processor. Till date, it's the latest processor from Apple. So new processors will come as the Apple A11 launches. So next third, I will be talking about the Hisilicon Kirin 980 processor, the first processor which comes in the 7nm process, FinFET process or fabrication process, as you can say. So without any further ado, let's get started. I will be talking about the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor, though it's a 2019 processor. So the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 platform uses a 8 cores arranged in a tri-cluster configuration. Means three transistors are being set up in 8nm or 7nm fabrication. So all cores are used here are Qualcomm's latest generation of the Kryo cores, which actually feature a semi-custom design taking reference from ARM's cores. In the 3 cluster arrangement, the first cluster uses 4 Kryo 485 cores. That's the new cores that are being launched or used by Qualcomm. So that are made of silver cores based on older ARM Cortex-A55 cores, as we can see in the Snapdragon 675 processor, that ARM Cortex-A55 cores are being used, and in 700 series processors also. So they get a peak score of 1.8 gigahertz or run on 1.8 gigahertz. These are aimed at taking care of all the regular mundane operations which we perform day-to-day operations. The second cluster uses 3 Kryo 485 gold cores plated with gold, which are based on ARM's latest generation Cortex A76 cores and are clocked at up to 2.42 gigahertz. This cluster will be used slightly more intensive tasks such as casual gaming or aid heavy AI or artificial intelligence, you can say. Comprises a single core, one core of Kryo 485 prime core with its peak clock speed of 2.8 gigahertz, which is the third cluster to mention. Next, the third cluster processor, the tri-cluster processor based on TSMC's 7 FinFET manufacturing process. As I have told earlier, that it's based on 7nm fabrication process, which increases the transistors density in a processor. This result in 45% increase in performance than the Snapdragon 845. It also supports Adreno 640 GPU, which renders and loads graphics at a 20% faster rate than Adreno 630, which was present in Snapdragon 845. So after the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, we're gonna move to the Apple's A12 Bionic chip. Number second, guys, I will be talking about the Apple A12 Bionic chip. So the Apple A12 Bionic SoC is a hexacore dual cluster processing platform that was launched with the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max and iPhone XR on September 12, 2018. It is also the only of the 4 processors here to have 2 cluster and has the least number of cores. In terms of cores, it follows a similar architecture as the last year's A11 Bionic chip, using 2 high-performance Vortex cores and with a peak clock speed of 2.5 gigahertz, which the company also claims offers increased performance by 15% and efficiency by more sizable 40%. The other 4 Tempest cores are 50% more efficient than before and are clocked at 1.6 gigahertz. AnTuTu benchmark score rank Apple's SoC to be the fastest, similar as the Snapdragon 855 processor, with a very minimal difference between the two. All 6 CPU cores cannot work at the same time in an Apple device. So keep in mind, the GPU is custom made, built by Apple, and is reportedly 50% faster than the previous gen graphics unit. So let's move on to the next one, that's the Hisilicon Kirin 980 processor. 980 processor. The Kirin 980 was technically the first to have launched with TSMC's 7 nanometer fabrication process, as also it became the world's first to use a Cortex-A56 core. Before then, the Snapdragon 855, the newest member in ARM's arsenal, and also puts the connectivity barrier to 5G. So the Kirin 980 works in a 2+2+4 architecture that is actually closer to the Snapdragon 855 configuration than that of Adreno's 9820, which was recently used in Samsung S10. So the two big cores utilize A76 cores with clock speed of 2.6 GHz, while two more A76 cores have been put in place to handle the medium intensity tasks and are clocked at 1.92 GHz. As we have seen in the Snapdragon 855, as comparatively they are same but similar. The four little cores here use Cortex-A55 cores and run at 1.8 GHz clock speed and use ARM's latest Dynamo-Q CPU controller. It's a new kind of controller that uses the CPU to cool down, and during heavy tasks it doesn't throttle. So this is allowed Hisilicon to effectively tweak throughputs, thereby being better at efficiency and power management than before, as I have told you. So it gets a respective score of 310,000 in AnTuTu benchmark. The Kirin 980 was also the first to use the Mali's latest G76 GPU, but uses the execution points, but uses 10 execution points in comparison to Samsung's 12. Samsung uses 12 execution points. The G76 GPU provide 46% performance increase over its predecessors and a rather tall claim of 178% lesser power consumption. So it's a very good thing. So that's all in the video, guys. I will be if you end up liking this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe my channel to get more info on this product. So